You have done it. Masters complete or your OPT is ending. You are staring at two roads. Stay in the US or go back home. But what no one tells you is how gut-wrenching this decision is. Because it's not just about jobs or visas. It's about identity, guilt, family and future. So, if you're sitting on your bed scrolling job sites, fighting rejections, or quietly googling how to move back home after studying abroad, this video is for you. No sugarcoating, no drama, just the truth about both the paths. So you can make the choice that's right for you. So let's get started. I know you are probably not subscribed to my channel, and that's definitely okay. Because I'm just one more idiot on the internet who makes emotional, over dramatic videos for international students, visa warriors, and confused souls like me who thought the US was all about opportunities and not OPT panic attacks. But hey, since you are already here, why not stay for 2 minutes and judge me properly? Let's start with staying in the US. Pros: access to high paying jobs, global work experience, opportunities in each finance, consulting, and startups, the freedom of independence, your own apartment, your own life. But the cons? There are a lots. The visa struggle is real. H1B rejections, lost lottery stress, and always living in uncertainty. Loneliness hits hard. Friends leave, roommates change, family feels so far. Cost of living? Everything from rent to groceries to medical bills adds up. And don't forget the emotional toll. Constantly performing, proving, surviving. Staying in the US can be worth it if you have a job, visa options, and a strong mental foundation. But if you are just staying out of fear of what people will say back home, that's not a strategy. That's slow burnout. Now, let's talk about returning home. Pros: family, food, familiarity. You wake up to the smell of chai, not snow. No more visa stress, you are finally legal without counting days. You might find faster growth in local markets, especially in fintech, edtech, and global MNCs. But the cons, you won't expect. Why did you come back? That question follows you everywhere. Salary mismatch. Your US expectations might not align with the local packages. Cultural shock? Yes. Reverse cultural shock is a real. You feel like a foreigner in your own home. One student told me I came back to be with my parents, but now I feel disconnected from my old friends and guilty for not making it in the US. Going home can be healing or it can be haunting, depending on how you manage expectations. But wait, what if it's not just black or white? A lot of students today are carving out of middle paths. Remote jobs in US companies while staying in India. Getting a few years of experience in India, then relocating to Canada or Europe. Starting a business or freelancing and building financial independence from home. One guy I know works for a Texas based data company from Hyderabad. Another got rejected from H1B and now works in Dubai. Happier, richer, and less anxious. Point is, your US degree doesn't lose value just because you cross a border. It's still yours, and you can use it from wherever you are. You spend 2 years in the US building a new life, new food, new friends, new habits. You even start saying like after every sentence. But then you go home and suddenly you are too American for your old friends. What, bro? You have an accent. Ah, now you don't eat biryani with your hand, Mr. Fork and Knife. But when you are in the US, you are not fully American either. You are still the visa of holding outsider who triple checks service status before blinking. Basically, you don't belong here or there. Welcome to the permanent NRI limbo, where your heart is in two time zones and your mind has no permanent address. Let's talk about the pain of explaining your return to India. You will hear things like, you studied in America, right? Why are you back? Didn't get a job, huh? Ayyo, all that money wasted? And suddenly, you feel like you owe everyone a TED talk about US immigration policy. People don't understand that it's not just about talent, it's about luck as well, timing, and getting a company that doesn't treat H1B like a disease. One friend joked, "Bro, I didn't know I had to be an Elon Musk just to get a basic job in America." And honestly, it didn't feel like a joke that day. You thought going back home would be healing, but then you realize your friends have moved on, your cousins are now married, your old room is now a storeroom. No one really gets how hard this decision is. If you say you want to go back to the US, people call you greedy. If you say you want to stay in India, people call you a failure. You start to suppress everything. Smile in front of relatives, laugh at awkward jokes, post something positive on LinkedIn to show you are grateful. But inside, you are grieving a life you almost had, a career you almost built, and a dream that quietly expired with your visa. At the end of the day, here's the truth no one wants to say out loud. You will feel lost either way. If you stay, you will miss home. If you leave, you will feel like you are leaving your dreams behind. So, stop thinking what others will say. Ask yourself, where do I feel safe? Where can I grow next? Where am I choosing me? Not fear, not pressure. You don't have to make it in the US to be successful. And going home isn't failure. Sometimes it's the bravest thing you can do. Drop a comment right now. Are you thinking about going back home? What's your biggest fear or biggest hope? Let's make this comment section a space for honest conversations because too many students are silently struggling with this question. It's time we talked about it openly. Subscribe for more real videos like this. No NRI fantasy, just reality. This is Chandu's World where we talk about the truth behind every international student's dream. See you in the next one. This is CK Chandu Kongara signing off.